Ishmael Abaka, the communication officer for Cape Coast South Constituency. So the mission is actually expanded from our manifesto, which is resetting Ghana. If you read the manifesto, talk about creating jobs, ensuring accountability and prosperity. And in the manifesto, we have about 8 items in there that will benefit the good people of Cape Coast. Number 1 has to do with the National Youth Employment, National Youth Apprenticeship Program, which seeks to train more youth in artisanship. And in that program, what we are interested in is how youth will be given stipends to aid them transport themselves to work and also get something to eat whilst they are trained. And after they are trained, they are being given certificate and then a set up capital to go and work with. So if you look at our area, what we are interested in is how the youth can get jobs to do. So when we hear some of this intervention, brings a lot of youth on board, and we know it will help the good people of Cape Coast. Our major challenge has to do with jobs. So if you've heard the MP talk about jobs, he started putting up a factory, a garment factory, to be able to aid a lot of youth get employment. But because of change of government, the factory is left unattended to. And so the youth know that with NDC, with Kweku Rekit and with John Dramani Mahama, they will bring back the garment factory. It will come to fruition, and the youth will get jobs to do. So when they hear anything about jobs, they want to move to where they can find jobs. Yes, Cape Coast South, as I said, is basically looking for jobs. The youth are unemployed. They are very disappointed in the MPP. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia came here not long ago during their manifesto launch in 2020, promised the youth of building airport and harbour, which we all know will give employment to the youth. So the youth were happy. By this manifesto promise, they voted massively for the MPP in 2020. That is why they won in presidential election, but lost in the parliamentary election. It means that the youth were actually looking at the harbour and the airport. But we are in 2024, November, and they've not seen even a block, one block. They've not even seen where the airport or the harbour will be built. And so they are very disappointed. They are only waiting for 7 December to vote for John Dramani Mahama and Kweku Rekit. They have tested the NDC, they've tested the MPP. We have John Dramani Mahama, who came after the demise of former President Mills. He came to Cape Coast and he promised the people of Cape Coast that though it was the vision of Professor Mills to build Kotokava Market, Abra Market, and the new sports stadium, which we know all these things fit into the economy, brings a lot of youth on board. That is great jobs for the youth. And indeed, John Dramani Mahama, from 2013 to 2017, when he was leaving office, we saw Kotokava Market built. We saw the new sports stadium built. We saw Abra Market built. So the youth saw John Dramani Mahama improving the economy of Cape Coast. Then the Akufo-Addo and then the Bawomians, they came promising heaven and earth. So the youth shifted attention, went to vote massively for them. So in 2016, the youth voted for the NPP and they won here, the presidential election, they won. In 2020, they came also deceiving them that they will build harbour and an airport. So they also moved to, even though from 2017 to 2020, they did nothing in Cape Coast here. But because of that particular promise of building harbour and an airport, the youth moved towards them and they voted for them. We are in 2024, they've seen nothing. And so all that the youth are asking for is John Dramani Mahama coming back to fulfill some of the promises that are seen visibly in the manifesto. This is the only manifesto that has mentioned Cape Coast, particularly Cape Coast in it. If you take the two manifestos, NPP, NDC, that of NDC has mentioned Cape Coast in their manifesto that they will build Kotokava Phase 2. That is as part of their promise. They will build Kotokava Phase 2 from the 10 billion big push. And so when the youth read this from the manifesto, they are confident that jobs are coming. when the youth, especially the ladies, when they hear that there's something called Women's Bank coming, I mean, it motivates them a lot because they can go in for the capital, set up their own businesses, and they are good to go. When they hear that there's something called National Youth Apprenticeship Program coming, you know, these things are policies that the ordinary youth will look at it and say, this is coming to give me job. When the youth hear, this is a citadel of education, this is where education started from, Cape Coast. When they hear that, when they are entering university, they are paid, their tuition fee will be paid for them free. You see the youth shifting. So if you go to town, I don't know whether you can go to town. When you go to town, you will see most of the youth in NDC attack. You might think there's going to be a program in town. No, they are just wearing their attack, John Dramani Mahama, and Kweku Rekiteni, waiting for 7 December to vote massively for John Dramani Mahama. How she is there to guide us. But you see, when the youth have tested NPP, if tested NDC, I can tell you that. And from what we are doing, the comparison we are doing, the policies we are churning out from our own manifesto, I am telling you that the youth of Cape Coast haven't known how they vote. They vote on issues. You don't vote not because you are just telling them anything. NPP told them something, they have failed them. NDC said we'll build market for them, we built it. We said we'll build sports stadium for them, we built it. We said we'll do their road asphalting, we've done it. And so evidence-based, they can show you what the NDC did, and they have nothing to show you about the NPP. So for me, as a young person and as part of them, I know that they are going to vote for John Dramani now because he's the most credible candidate amongst the two. If you pick NPP and NDC, one promise as he has not fulfilled, one promise as he has fulfilled it. And so the best candidate in this election for the people of Cape Coast and Cape Coast South is John Dramani Mahama. His last speech at Parliament, he said that posterity will judge all of us. And indeed, you see, I was thinking that the word karma comes maybe 30 years, 40 years. But now we have karma now and karma future. The karma of John Dramani Mahama has come now. Now there's judgment. We can all judge based on what is happening in this country. You see, John Mahama is popular today because of the happenings of this country, and this administration. Other than that, no Ghanaian perhaps will remember John Mahama. But because we saw what he did, I am in Cape Coast. I saw development in Cape Coast. I saw a library, a Thomas library, e-library, built in Cape Coast here. I saw a lot of things happening in Cape Coast here. And they came to promise us one district, one party. Here is not a district, it's a metropolitan assembly. $1 million per constituency. They came promising us planting for food and jobs. This constituency is a fishing one. I am telling you that we are not interested in the planting for food and jobs. They came telling us that they will reduce the price of outboard motor and they will make sure that premise fuel is supplied frequently in our constituency. Let me tell you, when we were leaving office, outboard motor 40 horsepower was 6,000 Ghana cedis. 6,000 Ghana cedis when we were leaving power. The 40 horsepower, 6,000 Ghana cedis, the 25 horsepower was just 4,000 Ghana cedis. Today, if you don't have 40,000, you cannot get the 40 horsepower. 40,000 Ghana cedis. So if you go to the fishing front to talk to them about their fishing inputs, they'll be mad at you because they saw it. And let me put this one on record. Even when they were paying it at 6,000, we had an MP, Honorable Kweku Rekiteni, who was subsidizing it further for them. He would pay 1,500, and then the fishermen, they were paying 4,500, making it 6,000. So if we have MP and then a president who are subsidized outboard motor for you, the MP will go for premise fuel in tankers and come and distribute for free. He is the only MP who has bought 3 buses, convey students from their homes to school and bring them back. The buses are here. From here, your people can go and take picture of it. Without paying anything, he pays the driver, he pays the mate, he fuels the car from his own pocket. He puts the buses from his own pocket. And so, if all these things are done, and then the people go and vote against John Dramani Mahama, and today nothing is happening in their constituency, then you can see why Bawumia comes to Cape Coast and he doesn't want to organize even a deba, or doesn't want to even go to our traditional council, because when he was promising us, our chief was just sitting down watching. He was the chairman of the manifesto committee.